What's up, everybody? It's your favorite disappearing axe, favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the Iron Factory Phantom, which is their take on Mirage. I've heard mixed feelings about this guy. I'm anxious to get into him, so to speak. It's on loan to me from Robert D, and in order to get into this figure, we gotta start with accessories. So he comes with a gun. It is silver painted, and the handle flips down, and there's decent enough sculpt work throughout, and he holds it just fine. And by flipping down that handle, you'll expose this peg that will peg into the top of Mirage in car mode. He has his shoulder cannon, which has this little piece here that does hinge, and then it has silver paint on the barrel, and then the rest of it is sculpted well enough as well. And that will plug into his shoulder, and it can go, is it just one? It's just on this one. So they've had it with your decision making. They're gonna make the decision for you. You want a missile launcher on your shoulder? It's going on that one. Once you have this piece in, you can use your shoulder mount and plug that in on top. Now, theoretically, you can have this in his gun mode in his hand as well. Just wanted to show it off this way. And he comes with an alternate head. It has silver paint on the sides and on the mouth, and the light blue paint on the eyes for the more toy look. And it's a good enough job. Ball peg, screw in the back. All right, let's talk about the figure. So the head is on a ball peg. You get good up, fair down, I think. And then the swivel, the face is painted silver, the eyes are painted light blue. Good enough. Then we have the chest, the white is painted, and then the elf is painted, and then the red is painted, and you have a waist swivel, so that works no problem. You have the shoulders, they hinge here, so you can kind of maneuver them around if you need to, but you shouldn't really need to. So they hinge here to go up. There's a ball peg at the shoulder, and then they spin around. You will bump against the tires, which are rubber, I'll have you know, on a Legends class figure. And then these side plates will get up as well. So if they're in the way, which I guess they could be, because they could be up like this, and then you could swivel the hand around. So that's pretty interesting. A little bit of paint there on the forearm. All of that is painted clean as a whistle. The hands hinge in and out for transformation, but no swivel. Same for the other side. We have the hips, which are on T-joint and ball joints, get you out to there, front and back to there, so almost the full Van Damme and full Monty. And then you have the thigh swivel, both at the ball peg and an additional cut joint, so you should be able to get everything you want there. The knees are single hinged and get you past 90 degrees, so no issues there. Silver paint on the side there, white paint, silver paint on the feet. Which, speaking of which, they're basically just on ball pegs, but you can maneuver the toes around to get your ankle rocker and a little bit of your ankle tilt down as well, and even up. So they work very well, all things considered. And then there he is from the back. Size comparison wise, there he is with the two Legends that I have, or as I like to call them, the Tiger Tracks of Legends. And I think for the normal kind of new standard after this fella's IDW line, he fits in just fine. Let's get him transformed. And the hard part is right at the beginning. So get this translucent piece up and out of the way. Open up the chest. You kind of got to move this whole piece up and around. And we have to move the wheels kind of on the other side. And I'm going to try it a couple different ways because I just can't get it where I don't feel like I'm putting, there's one almost, stress on that part. But you just got to maneuver it the best you can to get these silver pieces around this blue hood. It's just not the best way of doing it. I got it there. We're going to tuck the head in. We're going to close this up. You can then close the translucent piece up, and you can flip this blue part down. That is a challenging part. I made it look a lot easier than what it is. Now we have to get these parts sorted. And unfortunately, it's just not easy. So we're going to bring the wheels around to kind of get them where they need to be. And we're going to bring these bits around. Once you have it, plug them in together. And then you can bring them up into position and then sort the wheels out. Now, it's not that it's challenging. It's just that there's a lot of moving pieces and it's hard to say and it's hard to kind of describe exactly how to do it. But You just feel your way around it. This is the end objective. This is the end objective. Rotate 180 degrees and flip these flank pieces up to the back. This will, I think that's it. So at this point, you want to fold the hands in, and you want to have them so that the fist is facing up towards you. That allows this peg to plug into the side here. So maneuver them down and then bend the elbow backward against kind of the natural way you would expect, and then get them into the right location, and then sort of accordion up here at these hinges that we talked about for articulation that don't really offer a whole lot. Get them all into place. You have to move a little bit around this little system right there, and then you can peg in your side. I don't know what to call these. We'll call them doors, even though they're not doors. There. Phew. Now the easy part. You've earned it. Rotate the wheels to the outside. Plug the legs in. At least that's how they suggest doing it. I'm never really a fan of transforming both the legs at once. I just find like it ends up causing more trouble than it saves. But there, and you see how that's not quite lined up. Like I'm gonna have to pay for that. So wheels are to the outside, feet are pegged together, and now you just need to unpeg here and basically combiner wars the legs up. And clean up as you go, because you did them both together and they didn't stay stuck together. Surprise, surprise. And then you just want to kind of make sure that everything is as tight as you can make it. But that's basically it. I'll get it cleaned up. We'll take a look at it. And there it is. And I think it's pretty impressive. It doesn't roll great on my mat. Rolls much better on my desk. You have to take my word for it because the rubber tires get ate up on here. But it's pretty impressive. I think it's like their engineering is getting a little bit more complicated, and they haven't quite mastered it in the terms of making it fun, as you can see up in this area when we went through the process, but it is getting impressive. Now this head, I'm guessing you could probably turn around so the backside was showing when you had it in alt mode, but even still, I mean, it's fairly clean and surprisingly complicated and yet elegant for a Legends class figure. Still some tolerance issues and stuff, but we'll get into that here momentarily. In the meantime, Tiger Tracks. Final thoughts. You're never gonna believe what my main criticism is. You guessed it, tolerance. Tolerances are Iron Factory's Achilles heel. It's what constantly keeps them from having a perfect figure. Here, most of the joints move smoothly. The problem more so is in the transformation, mainly with the hood coming around the head, getting around the tires, with the front fender attached to the tires. It was a very ambitious approach, and they paid a little bit of the price for that ambition. We lost some fun factor, and we gained a little bit of aggravation. But as you could see, it was far from impossible. And honestly, that's my only complaint. One of the main tolerance issues is right here on this C-clip where this wing popped off. My buddy Robert warned me about it, and you can see it's got the old stress mark. And if we hadn't done the song so recently, I'd have hit you with it again, but you know the one I'm talking about. Stress marks around. Iron Factory continues to stay the course with strong sculpts, tons of paint, interesting engineering, all the articulation you really want, strong presence, great looking alt mode, good materials, cleans up like a champ. If they could just fix that tolerance issue, they are just going to have perfect figure after perfect figure after perfect figure. So it's a recommend from me, just be cautious. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, until next time, take care.